Well, early voting centers are now open across Ohio ahead of the May 3rd primary. Early voting started about 14 minutes ago, and this morning we are speaking with Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRose exclusively here to discuss the primaries and what voters need to know. Good morning, Secretary. Thanks so much for joining us. Are you excited about this first day of early voting in the state?
Tim, it is exciting for us, and I saw that it's opening day for the Mud Hens.
Yeah.
It's opening day for our boards of elections as well. Early voting began just about 15 minutes ago in all of Ohio's 88 counties. That means for the next 4 weeks, you'll have an opportunity to make your voice heard in this crucial spring primary. You can get all the details about where to vote, what's on the ballot, what ID to bring, everything like that at voteohio.gov.
And Secretary, we know this has been a chaotic time for politics here in Ohio. With the legislative districts, those maps still not being figured out, are you concerned, though, that people will be confused? Okay, we have this May 3rd primary coming up, but we know that some of the other races like State House, State Representative, and State Senate, those two races, those will not be on the May 3rd primary. What are your concerns about chaos there?
Well, Tim, I tell you what, the elections officials have worked hard to make sure that everything's going to proceed in the same orderly way that Ohioans have always seen when it comes to voting in the Buckeye State. But you're right, there has been a lot of uncertainty caused by all of this litigation, all of these lawsuits from out-of-state special interest groups and that kind of thing. Here's something that you can take to the bank, though. All Ohioans need to know that when it's time to vote, and it's now time to vote, that we won't compromise access or integrity. That means everybody will get the opportunity to cast their vote as long as they're a registered voter, and we won't cut corners when it comes to making sure that it's an honest contest either. That's the commitment of your bipartisan county boards of elections, Republicans and Democrats, who do this work together.
And Secretary LaRose, you mentioned bipartisanship. I think a lot of Ohio voters would say, I don't see any bipartisanship here. They see Republicans doing things, Democrats doing another. How do we get these sides to come together and try to get things worked out? Because we're already looking at 2 primaries here.
You're right. And because of the unfortunate situation that we found ourselves in, we're going to end up with 2 primaries. We try hard to avoid that, but there's going to have to be a separate primary, probably in August. That'll be up to the state legislature to set that date, but that'll be for state representative, state senator, and state central committee. And as much as in Washington and sometimes in Columbus, you see Republicans and Democrats not getting along with one another, it's a very different story at your county board of elections, where this work of running elections, free and fair elections for the people of Ohio, is done in a completely bipartisan way. That's good news and something worth celebrating.
And let's hope that the word does get out when this next primary is set so that voters don't get confused and are able to do their right and do what they want to do here in Ohio, which is vote and make these decisions. Want to thank you very much, Secretary of State Frank LaRose, joining us this morning. We know it's a busy time. Thanks for spending some of it with us this morning.
Thanks so much, Tim. Take care.
All right. And we'll be right back here at 8:17.